Welcome to SST College of Arts and Commerce. This is SST Edupedia. Myself, Assistant Professor Sunil Shah. Today, I would be covering up the topic called Incorporation of the Company, which is there in SY BCom and SY BEF SEM 4. The subject's name is Business Law. Incorporation of the company. The meaning of incorporation is that the company comes into the existence in legal form. The ROC issues them the certificate that is called certificate of incorporation. Today I would be informing you the step by step procedure for incorporation of the company. In the introduction of this particular slide, I would be informing that incorporation of the company refers to the legal process that is used to form a corporate entity or a company. The legal entity after the company is been incorporated, it becomes a separate legal entity on its own. So the directors are separate, the members are separate, and the company is a separate. This corporation can be identified with the term called INC or limited in their names. It becomes a separate from its owner. These are the particular topic where the company has been incorporated. The company has to register themselves. The first step includes incorporation of the company. First step, as you know, for any company they have to start with the registration of the names. The first step is to choose an appropriate name. The company is identified through its name in the name of the register, which is mentioned with the ROC. To check whether the name which the company wants to give, whether this particular name is appropriate or not, they will try to choose. The promoters has to take 6 different names according to the preference, and they have to go to the ROC and give them that this particular names we want to select for the company, and they have to pay rupees 500 with the application, and they have to run. They have to fill up in the form called run, that is called reserve unique name. And based on these 6 names which are the promoters has applied for the incorporation of the company, the ROC will check whether this particular name has been taken by some other competitors or not, or whether this particular name is available or not. Then the registrar allows the company to adopt the name, given that they will fulfill all the legal documents formalities within the period of 3 months. Once this name is been kept reserved, and once the ROC allows them to choose that particular name, the promoter have to fulfill all the legal documents related to the registration of the company, that is called incorporation of the company, within 3 months. Normally also there is a procedure for the registration of the website. These are the different websites of the companies, and these are also been registered with the ROC. The second stage is the preparation of memorandum of association and the article of association. As you are quite aware, memorandum of association is also called as MOE. It has been referred as a constitution book or a rule book. The memorandum states the field in which the company will do its business, the objective of the company, as well as the types of the company, types of the business the company is going to do it in the future. And the memorandum of association has been divided into 6 different clauses, that is called name clause, registered office clause, object clause, liability clause, and the capital clause, as well as the subscription clause. As you are aware, in the name clause, the company has to choose the names which has been appropriate according to the Companies Act 2013. They shouldn't take the name which has been already been taken by some other companies. They shouldn't use the emblem of any of the countries. They shouldn't use the religion marks in any of the companies, or shouldn't be using the national flag. Registered office clause, where there is a principal place of the business has been conducted there in the same place in the share certificate, debentures, or in the bond, the registered office address has to be mentioned. The object clause discuss about the what are the objects of the company, where the company wants to do the business. And the liability clause, the number of share capital, or the number of the amount of which the members are liable for the unpaid capitals, or the amount which the members would be liable during the winding of the process. The capital clause discuss about how much amount of capital each member would be providing, and the subscription clause as per the Companies Act. Whereas AOA, that is called Article of Association, is a document that states the rule which the internal management of the company has to follow. It creates a contract between the company and its member. AOA means the rights, mentions the rights, duties, and the liabilities of the members. It is equally binding on all the members of the company. If you see in this particular group, in the memorandum of association, we have six clause, that is name clause, subscription clause, capital clause, liability clause, object clause, and there is one more called situation clause, which is been taken out as per the Companies Act. Under the article of association, the contents are the who are the directors, who would be the auditors of the company, what would be the voting rights, whether the voting would be done personally or would be through proxy or through digital voting, what would be type of share capital the company will be raising, how is the procedure of conversion of the share into the stock, what are the procedures related to winding up of the company, whether it would be voluntary winding up or would be compulsory winding up, and what type of meetings where the company would be holding, the general meeting or the statutory meetings or the extraordinary meeting, where the meeting would be held, and the procedure related to the notice and the agenda has to be mentioned. What are the contents, that is has to be mentioned related to the forfeiture of the shares or the surrender of the shares if the members has not paid up the not paid up for the unpaid capital. Or what about the lien on the shares, and the transfer and the transmission process are also been mentioned under the articles of association. This is in short what are the contents of the article of association. Next step, that is step 3, that is called printing, signing and stamping or vetting of the memorandum and articles. Vetting means taking out the unwanted things. The ROC will decide whatever is required and whatever is not required. Whatever is not required, the ROC will inform to the promoter that this particular documents is not needed and this particular documents has to be submitted. The ROC often helps the promoter to draw up and draft MOA and AOA. Once this has been vetted by the ROC says that this particular documents are unnecessary, not necessary, then the memorandum article of association can be gone for printing. Both are consequently divided into paragraphs and arranged chronologically. It is arranged serial number wise. These articles have to be individually signed by each subscriber or the representative in the presence of witness, otherwise it not will be valid. All this memorandum, if it has been shown in this particular slide, the memorandum and article has to be printed, signed and stamped before submission to the ROC. Related the step number 4 is the power of attorney. Sometimes the promoters are not available, sometimes the so-called future directors are not available. They will give the power of attorney, and this power of attorney has to be registered and has to be submitted to the ROC. To fulfill all the legal and the complex or documentary procedures, the formalities for related to incorporation of the company, the promoter may often employ an attorney or a solicitor or advocate who will have the authority to act on behalf of the company and its promoters, because all the procedures the promoter cannot do it on self because it's a tedious process. Though, so in the such cases the legal experts are been appointed and they are been assigned the tasks with the help of power of attorney, and the power of attorney has to be registered. The attorney will have the authority to make the changes in the MOA and AOA, and moreover the other documents that have been filed with the registrar. Coming to the next point, that is the other documents which are necessary to be filed with ROC are E-form, that is E-form number 32, which deals with the consent of the directors. The directors consent, that the directors had given themselves the consent, they would be eligible to be appointed as a director. Form number 18, E-form number 18 deals with the notice of the registered address. Whatever the company feels like this should be the registered address, that has to be filled up in form number 18. E-form number 32 deals with the particulars of the director, the director's age proof, address proof, the qualification, the permanent address as well as the current address, each and everything details, the number of shares the directors has purchased, the consent form, digital signature, DIN number as well as the digital signature has also been mentioned in form number 32. These are pass number 6 and pass number incorporation number 4, which are the forms related to the change of name, and this is also related to reconciliation of the shares of the capital, which has been form number pass 6, and form number INC 4 deals with the one person company or the change in the membership of the company. The next step, the step number 6 relates to the statutory declaration, which has to be filed in E-form number 1. It states that all the requirements of the Companies Act have been fulfilled and have been complied with respect of the matters precedent and incidental thereto. This particular statement, this particular draft has to be given in this particular format. Next is depending upon the capital what the company want to start the business. The depending upon the nominal capital of the companies which have to be share capital, the fees has to be paid as the registration fees with the ROC. It is normally now in the according to Companies Act 2013 has to be paid in their digital format. After this, the next step is certificate of incorporation. After paying payment of fees, and if their ROC has been satisfied, all the legal formalities has been fulfilled, the ROC will issue them the certificate that is called certificate of incorporation. Once the certificate of incorporation is been issued by ROC, the private limited company can immediately start with the business. If the ROC is completely satisfied that all the requirements have been fulfilled by the company that has been incorporated, then the registrar will issue them the certificate of incorporation. As a result of it, the incorporation certificate is provided as a definite proof that all the requirements of the companies have been met. Certificate of incorporation, this is the normal format which has been issued by the ROC and has to be displayed at the prominent place in the factory or in the company. Thank you. In this particular slide, this is related to the incorporation of the company. I had explained you related to article of association, the content of article of association, the content of memorandum of association, the process in which the payment has to be paid, and the name how the company has to be given for the incorporation of the company. This is in short related to the Companies Act, the step-by-step process of incorporation of the company. I hope you understood this particular video. Thank you from my side.